when I was 17, I had a girlfriend for like 3 days. On the third day of knowing her, she told me she wanted to marry me and have my baby. I went straight to Walgreens and bought a Plan B because I was not ready to be a father and I was not trying to be a father to her baby. Respectfully, in no way, shape, or form were we ever getting married. You feel me? That shit freaked me out. But let me get into this shit, man. Um, Boom. J Goat was 17. I'm on Instagram heavy, and I'm getting a lot of DMs from women. You know, women, they reaching out to a nigga, man. They trying to date me. I had a lot of followers. I had 8,000 followers on the gram at this time. So, it was common. Women wanted to model. They just wanted to date me in general. I had a clothing line, and that's how I had so many followers. But yeah, so boom, I get the text from her. I don't like texting, man. Send me your number. Boom, right away. Sent me the number. We get on FaceTime. Conversation is cool. She seemed cool. She telling me jokes and shit. I'm laughing. I'm like, oh, yo, this girl's funny. Like, she not the prettiest girl in the world, but she's funny and she's actually making me laugh. And it's like, yo, we could be friends or whatever. Like, I don't got shit to do right now, you know? So, boom, one thing led to another, man. She told me I'm handsome or pretty, whatever she said. She said something along the lines of just, I look good. And I said the same thing back. We going like compliment for compliment. And boom. Now it's freaky hours too. We talking at nighttime. So next thing she says, next thing you know, she says or I say something about seeing each other. So I'm just like, cool, but when we see each other, what are we gonna do? And she said it's up to you. So I asked her, can I get some? And she said, yeah. So boom. Y'all know what getting some means. That's gonna be a topic. I mean a term I use a lot in my story times. When Jay Goat says he was getting some play. So boom. After I get some play, I give her a kiss good night. Cause I was happy. Like I'm like, oh shit, like we gonna have to do this again. And I got to come over the next day. So now I come over the next day and I gotta keep the story time YouTube safe. So I'm just thinking about what I'm gonna say, y'all. Hold on. So boom, the next day I get snuck in again. Her parents is out. Um, and I actually think was it the night shift they work? I don't know, but I think they work the night shift or something on certain days. But they work together. I don't really know. I don't really want to put her business out there. She might see this one day. What the fuck? Yeah, she's crazy, y'all. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. Um, yeah, but now we do the same thing 2 days in a row, and now this time she says she's sitting on my lap and she like looking me in my face. When we get married and I have your kids, I'm like, huh? In my head, but I didn't want to say it out loud. But I'm just smiling, but I'm listening. Like, what did she say in my head? Like, when we get married and she has my kids, like, Shorty was not joking. She was not smiling. Like, she was smiling, but she was like, I was telling by her, I could look at her eyes. Like, she was dead ass serious. Like, she dead ass just said she want to get married and have my baby. Like, no, 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 no. We've known each other for 3 days, but I'm not telling her. I don't want to tell her because I think she was falling in love with me, bro. I really did. But I'm literally sitting there thinking like, hold on now. I'm 17. I make good money, but I don't make enough money to raise a baby. I live with my parents. I'm not ready to be anybody's father. I don't want to have a baby with her. She's not really my type. And I say that respectfully. Someone might be like, Jay Goat, you're not my type. She was not my type. I want to plan who I have a baby with. I don't want to just be having one. I want to know you for 4 or 5 years so that I know I can fall asleep next to you. I can leave my credit card and wallet or all my personal information next to you. I can give you like anything important about me. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to trust who I have a baby with. I don't want to be in baby mama drama. So I had to think. I said, so that when I go home, I call her up. And I'm like, I forgot to ask you something. Are you on birth control? Because I don't really know about the feminine stuff, right? I know about man stuff, but I don't really know. And she's like, no, I'm not on birth control. I used to be. And I'm like, oh, okay. So now I'm thinking of what's the best thing to do. So I remember I was listening to this one rapper growing up named 21 Savage. I think it was him. And he was like, something. I had to make her eat a Plan B. And I was listening to that song. That song came in my head. I was like, yep, I gotta go buy the Plan B. That's probably gonna be the best thing possible, y'all, because I paid attention to health class, but I didn't really listen. I know they were saying like if you don't wear plastic, you can get her pregnant. I said, man, it might be best to go buy that Plan B. Better be safe than sorry, man, because I don't want her to be in the abortion center, and I don't want to have to think about that for the rest of my life. I make money where I can buy a Plan B. Them shits were expensive. Don't get me wrong. You don't want to ever be in a predicament where you gotta buy a Plan B, y'all. Them shits are not cheap. Them shits like $70. I'm gonna show y'all my order email from 2023. J Goat don't do no faking. So boom. Um, I went back up there. The third, like 3 days in a row. And basically, I knew her favorite candy was M&M's. I bought her extra large bag of M&M's. Y'all will also see that on the order email. I might have bought her 2 bags, like king size M&M's. Y'all gonna see that shit. J Goat don't do no faking. And I was like, hey, I want you to take this Plan B because I want to have kids with you, but just not right now. And I had to say it like nicely, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to hurt her feelings and feel me. She kicked me out of her house. But yeah, I showed her the candy first. Like, yo, like I got you your favorite candy. Like, I bought her 2 bags. I'm not even playing, bro. Um, but yeah, I had to say it nicely. Like, I don't want to have a baby right now, and like we're too young. And so she was like, man, she cut open the Plan B, grabbed some scissors, and she ate that shit. So boom, that was that. Um, I don't even think I got no play that day. I may or may not. I might have got some play, but I don't really remember. But that's not important, y'all. Because I just had to realize like what I was doing, like having unprotected play. I could have been, man, and she was so crazy. I'd be on child support right now, man. That's a story for a different day. This female actually used her being pregnant as an excuse to get me to unblock her when we got into some shit, man. Just argument. Let's say that. I seen her cheating or whatever, but that's a different story. But yeah, one way that she got me to unblock her was by actually saying she missed her period. So this is what she did to trick J Goat, and she was on that level of crazy. So I unblocked her because I'm like, damn, what if she really did miss her period? What if the Plan B didn't work? And no, man, I ended up hitting it again without the plastic, bro. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, bro. So yeah, she freaked me out, and that's when I knew enough was enough, y'all. She cheated on me and said oh, that's a different story. I can't get y'all that. That's a whole different story, y'all. We're gonna wrap this up, and I'm saving that story for next time because there's so much that'll go into that. That's two different story times, y'all. But basically, just know I would have been in a fucking whole load of shit. No diddy, like I don't know why I just used that phrase. I sound like a nerd, but yo, this female was the devil, and I want to go to heaven. She is a fucking menace, and she only like 5 feet tall. This little bitch. Oh my goodness, the nerve of her. But Jago 7 is out, y'all. I wanted to kind of teach y'all a lesson in this story time too, man. Y'all gotta wear plastic, man. Listen in school, listen in health class, but Jago out.